Hey, hello, and welcome to another Kuma's Kitchen recipe. This one today is kind of like a request. My friend in Nagoya, Yukari, she said, "Can you?" She said, well, basically, she said, "I like your vegetable-based recipes and stuff like that." She's vegetarian mainly, and I said, "Well, hey, if you ever want to, request something." And she said she really likes his dishes. Right now, we have what's called spring cabbage or haru cabbage, which is a bit more of a loose cabbage than the rest of the year. Of course, any cabbage will do, but so I wanted to use some spring cabbage in a dish. And I was like, what should I make? What should I make? And I thought, you know what I haven't had for a long time? Cabbage rolls. And you know why? Because cabbage rolls are just a real pain to make. I mean, you got to pre-boil the cabbage and all that and roll them all up. I thought, you know what? Let's mess around with this recipe a little bit. And I made a casserole instead. So it's I call it the rice and beans cabbage casserole, but I guess we could also call it the cabbage roll casserole. And because I just thought, okay, I'm going to keep it in the vegetarian vein. Yeah, something good, but without meat. Usually you would have ground beef in your cabbage roll. So instead what I've got here is red kidney beans. It's really good. Red kidney beans and rice, which basically gives you your vegetable proteins. And then we got all the cabbage and all the sauce and everything. Another little extra I add in there, as you can see in the ingredients, gives a little kick, is some sriracha sauce. That's kind of an optional thing. Let's have a taste. Oh, yeah. That's basically a cabbage roll disassembled. Let's go to the kitchen and make this right now. Well, here are the ingredients for our casserole. Across the front, we've got half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 2 teaspoons of dried basil. And this here is 2 teaspoons of sriracha sauce. Now, sriracha sauce, we've used it in recipes here before, and this comes in a bottle that looks like this. I hear it's very popular all around the world, and actually, I know there was a place that were making this in the States. It's originally from, I believe, from Thailand or Vietnam, I forget. Anyways, it adds a nice little extra kick to this casserole. If you don't have it, it's not critical. This is an optional item to put in there, but I do think it adds that nice kick that you're going to enjoy. Over here, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion chopped, 1 cup of uncooked rice, 1 can of tomatoes, either crushed or chopped. Over here, this is a half a head of cabbage. Now, this cabbage, right now we're coming into spring, so this is called spring cabbage here, or haru cabbage. And what it is, it's looser than this, the really tight head that you usually get. This is a looser head of cabbage, but really, any cabbage will do for this dish. What you want to do is you just want to really coarsely chop it like that. So this is coarsely chopped, a half a head, like about that size, of cabbage. And then across the back here, I've got 1 can of red kidney beans, which have been rinsed and drained. And then here, 2.5 cups. Now this can either be chicken stock, or if you want to go full vegetarian, a vegetable stock. Either is fine. First thing we want to do is we want to get that olive oil heated up and fragrant. So we're going to put that into our cast iron pot. I'm going to use the cast iron pot here today. I want the extra depth, and also because it's going to go in the oven. So now bring it up on medium heat. All right, just give that a second to heat up. Now, this is going to go in the oven. This is a casserole. You could use the 13 by 9 casserole dish, but you still got to do the cooking in here first and then put it in the casserole dish. Hey, there's a word I like in Japanese called mendokusai. It means it's too much bother. So it's too much bother to transfer this all to a casserole dish and then in the oven. Hey, why not just put the cast iron pot straight in the oven? Save yourself some steps, save yourself some cleanup. All right, that looks like it's coming up, so I'm going to add in the onion. Now I'm going to cook that onion, just kind of stirring it occasionally for about 5 to 8 minutes. I just want to soften up the onion, get it a little translucent, and then we'll be back to add more ingredients. So see you then. All right, so the onions have softened up a little bit. What we're going to do now is add in everything but the cabbage. So let's see, get that rice in there. And our seasonings, herbs, tomatoes. Let's see. Make sure we get all that goodness in there. And then, if you're using it, the sriracha sauce. Put that in there. Like I said, this is optional, but I really think it adds something special to this casserole. And the beans. All right. Ooh, tomato. No, no sriracha sauce. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. All right. Now what I'm going to do, stir this around a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the stock. Oh, this is looking good already. The rice isn't even cooked yet. All right. Then goes the stock. All right, what I want to do now, I'll bring this up, to a simmer without spilling stuff all over the kitchen again. Bring this up to simmer. Once it starts simmering, going to let that simmer for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back. See you then. All right, that's been cooking for, simmering away for about 10 minutes. It'll be just kind of giving it a little stir once, so just scraping across the bottom because you don't want the rice to stick. So you just kind of do this, bring the rice up again, and look at that. That is getting cooked beautifully right now. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna add in the cabbage, kind of like some at a time. They get mixed in there. And we'll add some more. And just what we're going to do is just going to push the cabbage down in underneath the juices and all, into the rice and everything. Just kind of squish it in there. All right, a little bit more to go. Just a lift and turn until we get it all mixed together. And basically get all the cabbage covered with some of the sauce. All right, there's just a little bit left in here. Oh, I hear the oven's ready over there. All right, as soon as I get this mixed in, just going over that oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. I'm just gonna bake it for about 15 minutes. I'm just gonna cook up the cabbage a bit, finish cooking the rice, which is basically ready. Short grain rice cooks pretty quick. If you're using a brown rice, you're gonna have to cook longer. Remember, brown rice just takes about what? I forget, I haven't cooked brown rice for quite a while. It takes about another 15, 20 minutes. Just correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while. But anyways, you got brown rice in there, it's gonna take longer to cook. So then of course you're gonna have to I would simmer it a little bit longer first. Maybe add another 5 minutes or so to the simmer time. And then it's going to be ready to go in the oven. All right, so that, I'm just going to smooth out the top now. I don't really want any of the cabbage sticking up out of there because that'll just get burned. So you want to get down at least even with the top so that you don't have any burn bits. All right, oh, get down there. All right, that is looking pretty good. Oh yeah. All right, let's go in the oven. See you back here, 15 minutes. All right, that's actually been about a minute under 15 minutes. So I got a pretty hot oven. That's looking really good. Bubbling away in there. Yeah, I know. This is gonna be really hot. I really want to get a taste of that. Let's dig down here. Look at this. We got some of the kidney beans that come up to the surface. Dare we? Yeah. Oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gonna be a good dinner tonight. And we didn't have to do all the work of wrapping up the cabbage rolls. Love it. All right, if you like this recipe, stick around. There's a lot more here on the Kuma's Kitchen channel. In fact, it's like about 4 or 5 years worth now. I can't remember exactly how many years I've been doing this. And they are all original Kevin Riley Kuma's Kitchen recipes. Now, also make sure you subscribe because there's a new one coming out every Monday. And if you're not yet a patron of Kuma's Kitchen, you can become one for as little as $3. That supports the creation of all these videos, and also you get all kinds of cool stuff inside the patreon.com itself. Now, go make this and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.